And you know, every time I get excited about a production, I have to come here and rave about it. Hey, Buana. Hey! What production am I going to rave about? What? Which one? Which one, Buana? Frankenstein. Hey! From the National Theatre's YouTube page. Iko nini wewe? Share. Okay. Guys, if you haven't watched Frankenstein, and I'm not even trying this, you gotta watch it. It's on YouTube. And for those who haven't seen it yet, so basically it was directed by Danny Boyle, who also directed Slumdog Millionaire, if you've watched that movie. And for those who don't know about what he chose to do with the concept, he took two brilliant, amazing actors, Benedict Cumberbatch and Johnny Lee Miller, to alternate between the creature role and Frankenstein. And both of them were amazing. So basically, both of them were playing the creature role and Frankenstein on different nights. Yeah, let's... God damn it. My gosh. Let me just start with Benedict's interpretation of the creature role. So I think it was the specificity of the details that just made that role yummy. Like the details he put in, my good, the work that he did on his limbs, on the language that he chose to use, how he chose to use it, how he chose to pronounce his words. Oh my God, there was a lot of tongue work. That just sounded wrong. But yeah, he used his tongue a lot, which really added on to the role. That sounded so wrong. You know, I'm just thinking about it. I'm just like, but you guys, come on, okay? Yeah, so basically I was talking about how he was operating his limbs, basically. And there was a journey throughout his character. And I thought it was it must have been very hard, to be honest, to play that creature role and be consistent with the body language. And also, if you're into movement in theater, in acting, you've got to watch this production, because I think that was, oh my goodness, I can only imagine what work went into the coaching of his movements. You guys, I'm not even exaggerating. The first, I think, 12 minutes of the production was him getting out of his eggshell, quote unquote. And that was a spectacle in itself. And I was like, we're only literally 12 minutes into the play. And already I was just like, how is he doing this thing? Honestly. And my good, he worked on that role. And I'd really love to know like his process in detail. I know he talked about, there's an interview I watched, and he was talking about how he kind of monitored animalistic characters. And you know, Johnny Lee Miller was talking about how he, you know, looked at his son, daughter, can't remember which one, but yeah, one of them. And he was like, yeah, he was trying to mimic that and like bring that spirit into the role, which was really nice. And basically I was talking about Benedict. Let's go back to Benedict. I thought he absolutely murdered, killed, everything, that role. Like this. Kabisa. Anyway, what was that? Seriously. Why do you do this in your coffee? Why? Anyway, let's talk about, oh my God, Johnny Lee Miller. His interpretation of the creature role. First of all, let me just say, I was struggling a lot. So, you've got to watch two of them, and both of them on the National Theatre YouTube page. So please watch Johnny Lee Miller's interpretation of the creature role and Benedict, and it's very different. And so the director Danny was saying how, you know, he kind of wanted to bring both of their personalities into the role and get different aspects, get different interpretations of both roles. And I was really struggling trying not to compare both of them as artists, because first of all, that is just the worst thing you can do in your coffee. Shame on you, gosh. And secondly, it was just so hard to be like, Benedict did this, why did Johnny make this choice? My gosh, blah 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 blah. But both of them had their own spirit, had their own spirit behind the creature role, and it was nice and it was fun to watch. And for Johnny's, it was a bit more playful, a bit more, I would say, improv. It was more of in the moment, while Benedict's felt like it was a structure, like he had planned out, and in a good way. All this I'm saying in a good way, by the way. It felt like he had planned out from A to Z, while Johnny felt like, you know, he was going with the impulse on stage. And I felt like maybe for his performance, the audience would get a different taste. I mean, the audience would get a different, side to it every night. So each and every night I felt like for his, maybe it could have been different. Well, also for Benedict, obviously, yes. But like, there was more structure to Benedict's creature role, which was amazing and I loved it. Anyway, let's talk about the revolving stage. Gosh, my gosh, I just want to say it is good to have money so that you can make and create theater. It is nice to have good money because, wow, the revolving stages, like ascending and descending stages. Stage 2, it just goes downstairs and then another one comes here and you're like, wow, having money is a good thing. Let me tell you, it's a good thing. Ata mwabue nini ati money is the root of all evil. No, it's not. You use it well. If you don't know how to use it, bring it. I'll show you how to use it. Okay. What else did I want to talk about with that production? I felt like they put a lot of energy into the creature role and Frankenstein, like the chemistry between the two. And I felt like maybe the acting overall, like with the ensemble part, might have been neglected. So the acting as a whole was just like interesting, you know? Well, for the creature role, I felt like maybe that was the whole point. I mean, to concentrate all our energies on the creature role and Frankenstein, which came out and there was a great chemistry. We could see that. Also, Naomi Harris, by the way, was part of this production and she was amazing. And oh my gosh, there's this line that she says, which is just like against all of the things that I believe in as a woman, as a working woman, as an independent woman. She goes like, Frankenstein, so this is the time where Frankenstein is going to create a female creature for the male creature. And then Naomi Harris goes like, then go. So basically, she doesn't want him to go, but he's like, yeah, I have to go, man. They're supposed to get married, but he's like, yo, I got work to do. I'm leaving. Naomi Harris is like, please take me with you. And he's like, no. And then she goes like, then go. Go and be brilliant. And when you come back, come home and be my husband and give me 12 kids. And I was like, hello, let me tell you, me, okay, you, no, even me, I want to work, and then, you know, at that time, women didn't used to work, so basically, the whole production, I haven't seen it before, so this is my first adaptation as well for Frankenstein, which was originally written, a novel by Mary Shelley, and just there's that lack of that feminine energy, that strong female lead. I mean, Naomi Harris comes through like in the end, but god damn it, I missed that. And also, I really, really wondered what difference this production would have made to have had a female director. And I'm not even being, I'm not being political about this, but there were just a lot of moments where I felt like, oh, I wanted to feel that more. I wanted to have like a silence and just be in that moment. Also, Johnny Lee Miller's creature had a lot of gold and vulnerable moments, which I loved. He had some really, really great moments with that. And I just felt like, I wanted more of that. I wanted more of that, which was lacking. And I guess it's just it made me think about how different productions turn out when a man directs it and when a woman directs it. And I felt like I could tell, which was nice. I'm not saying it's bad, but like, yeah, I just wondered how that would look like. And also I wondered, how an adaptation with both roles as women could turn out. And how different it would be. And what kind of taste it would bring to the production. Of course, they would have to alter a lot with the story because, first of all, and it's a woman who wrote the story. So I'm really, really wondering. But anyway, you know, you never know. Yeah. it was amazing. And also, Benedict Cumberbatch, I felt, was more tender than Lee Miller's Frankenstein. Did I say that? I don't know. But yeah. And also, yeah, it was a nice production, guys. You should watch it. Amen.